Hi yogis, and welcome to today's yoga. We are going to be doing a chakra yoga series. Today we're going to start with our root chakra, otherwise known as Muladara, and it is located at the base of our spine, and it is associated with the color red. It is our chakra that grounds us, that stabilizes us, and is our safety. It grounds us to Mother Earth. Its element is earth. You can look up a lot of different crystals and stones for all the chakras if you want to. I did not bring any in with me today. We are going to be using a mudra, which is just a hand. We're going to use our thumb and our pinky finger and our ring finger together like this with our other two fingers out. And we're going to also use some affirmations today that will sprinkle throughout the practice and in our meditation at the beginning and at the end of practice. So this is meant to ground you, to get you out of your mind and back into your body and generate that connection that you have with Mother Earth. If you could do this outside, that would be amazing. Unfortunately, I am here in Maine and it is warmish in the 40s, but cloudy and rainy. So outside is not going to work for me for the next couple months or so. So we're going to start in our seated position, our easy pose, whatever that looks like for you. It could be cross-legged, it could be on your knees. You could be seated on a cushion like I am. You could sit on your blocks if you have them. You can sit on books, you can even sit in a chair, whatever is comfortable for you today. If you want to have your blocks nearby, I'm going to keep them up front of my mat. We will be doing some low lunges, and they may be useful to you when we do that. All right, so if you just want to come and get settled and come to your mat in your easy seated position with your mudra, you can just set your hands down on your lap. You can close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. If not, you can just keep them lightly opened, gaze maybe a couple feet in front of you, and just focus on one thing that isn't moving. And go ahead and just come to your breath. Just notice your breath. You don't have to do anything with it. Just notice, is it slow? Is it fast? Is the air coming in your nose cool? Is it hot? And just notice. The affirmations we're going to be working with today are: I am safe. I am rooted in the present moment. The universe will always provide. I am safe. I am rooted in the present moment. The universe will always provide. And just notice your breath. And as you begin to notice, take that attention down to your root chakra, down to the base of your spine. And maybe you want to visualize the color red here. Maybe it's swirling at the bottom of your spine. Maybe it's still. Maybe it's big. Maybe it's small. Just put your attention there. Visualize the color red. Feel your connection to the earth. You're seated on the ground or on your chair. Just imagine Mother Earth beneath you, grounding you. And again, you can come back to those affirmations. I am safe. I am rooted in the present moment. The universe will always provide. And go ahead and take a deep breath in. Bring your arms up overhead. Breathe in nice and deep and release. Bring those fingertips all the way down to the floor, to the ground, to Mother Earth beneath you. Feel that connection. We're going to start today with Sufi grinds. So it's to stimulate our root chakra, to start warming up our spine so your hands can just come on your lap. If you want to come off your cushion, you can do that. And we're just going to circle our spine around. Start one way, nice and slow. You can speed up as you go. You might hear some clicks and ticks. My back just cracked. We're just warming up that spine. It's almost like we've got a big spoon in the soup pot and we're just stirring it up, igniting that red root chakra. Breathe in when you come forward and out when you come back. Really match your movement to your breath. You might be faster than me, you might be slower than me. This is your practice. You just feel out what is right for you today. And it might not be the same as yesterday, and it might not be the same as tomorrow. And that's the beauty of yoga. And go ahead, next time you come forward, switch to the opposite direction, stir in that soup pot, getting all that good stuff off the edges of the pot. Breathing in and breathing out. Beautiful. You're starting to feel that spine warming up. Couple more here. Stirring it up. Breathing in and release it. And this time come forward and we're just going to sit in stillness for a moment. Maybe you have your mudra, finger and ring finger and thumb together. And just notice the difference in your body so far. Notice your spine. Notice any awakening in that root chakra. You might feel warmth or tingling. And if not, that's okay too. And we're going to continue moving up that spine to warm up our whole spine. So we warmed up the low spine. We're going to come into rock pose, seated on your knees. If you want, you can put your cushion or your blanket, pillow, whatever in between your heels and your knees, or you don't have to. And we're just going to do a seated cat-cow. So this is going to hit more of the middle of our back and our upper back. So we're just going to arch forward, look up slightly, and then round back. And breathe in and release when you come back. You don't whip your head back, just nice and easy, glancing up towards the ceiling, warming more that spine up. You can take it as slow or as fast as you want to go. Beautiful. Keep going. Couple more times. Warming up that spine, getting those shoulders involved. In, out. One more. And then again, come to stillness, come to that mudra, and just feel your body now. Feel the difference. Take some nice deep breaths. We're going to get ready to move a little bit more now. So we're going to come to hands and knees. Into our hands and knees here with a flat back. We're going to look forward. If you want to do just a couple of regular cat counts here, you're more than welcome. Otherwise, we're just going to come and we're going to feel the earth beneath your hands. And feel how strong you are, how safe you are. And we're going to go ahead and step into a low lunge. So I'm going to step my right foot up to start, whichever one is good for you. Doesn't matter, you don't have to mirror me. We're just going to come into this low lunge. Again, we're working this lower area, our hips, our low spine, our low back. In this low lunge, if you want, we're going to take it into a quad stretch. You might want to use your block here if you need support, but if you don't, you can go ahead and rest your hand on your knee and take your arm back and catch your foot and get a little deeper stretch into that quad. You can take that mudra onto your lap, onto your thigh rather, and just breathe here. Our quads and our hip flexors get really tight the way we live our lives, always seated at our desk, on our phones. So this is a really good stretch for those quads and hip flexors. Now we're just going to place our hands down on the floor on either side of our front leg. And we're going to push back into our half split pose. Again, here you might want to have blocks. If your hands don't reach the ground comfortably, you can put them here. You're going to push back, point your toes to the ceiling. And here we're stretching into that opposite leg, into that hamstring, into that glute, right up into that lower back. And breathe and visualize the red swirling at your root chakra. Maybe come back to those affirmations. I am safe. I am rooted in the present moment. The universe will always provide. We're just moving forward back into our low lunge. If you want, bring your blocks with you. We're just going to step back into our first downward dog. So we've got our hips up. We are going to walk that dog out nice and easy here. It's our first one of the day. So you want to stretch out each calf. You don't have to have your heels all the way down. And just match your breath with your movement. Inhale and release. Stretching it out. Lifting those hips, lifting that root chakra up to the sky, shining it bright. And then come into stillness here. And we're just going to look forward towards our hands. And we're going to walk, step, or jump up to our forward fold. We're just going to hang here, let it release. Let that spine relax. Let go of everything that no longer serves you, everything that happened earlier today, and anything that's going to happen later in the day. Just come right to your mat. Now is your time. We're going to come up into that halfway lift, flat back, hands on our shins, on our thighs, on the floor. Breathe in and release, forward fold back down. And roll up one vertebrae at a time. Hands come up and over into prayer. And then we're just going to bring them down to our sides into our mountain pose. Again, I'm going to come into our mudra. And we're just going to stand in mountain pose and just take a breath here. Really ground down through your feet and feel the strength of Mother Earth supporting you. And then we're going to just take it up. Breath in. Then we're going to fall forward into our forward fold. Bring that up into our halfway lift. We're going to step it back into our downward dog again. Just wiggle it out here for a minute. And now this time we're going to step forward with the opposite leg. So we're coming into our low lunge, but we're coming into the opposite side, whatever that is for you. So I'm just going to step that left foot up. My right knee comes down, and I'm up into my low lunge. Once again, stretching out that quad. It feels so good. If you've done any leg works or walks or hikes or runs, this is going to feel really good. Getting my left hand into my mudra and placing it on my leg. And I'm just going to reach back for that foot, coming into that quad stretch if you desire to. If not, just stay in your low lunge. It is all a beautiful stretch. Deep breath in and out here. Maybe there's some balance here, so you want to look about 3 feet forward, find something that's not moving and use that as your drishti, and just focus on that. And our hands are going to come down and frame our foot as we push back into that half split. Our toes come up, and again we're stretching into that opposite leg, into that hamstring, glute, and low back. Another great place to just let it all go. I am safe. I am rooted in the present moment. The universe will always provide. And this time we're going to come forward, frame that foot, and we're going to step that leg back into our downward dog. One more time here. Maybe you want to pedal it out. Maybe you want to sit in stillness here and just feel that stretch. When you're ready, go ahead and look forward. Walk, step, or jump to the front of your mat into that forward hang here. Come on up, halfway lift, flat back, back down. Just roll it on up. And this time we're going to come right back down to the ground. Fingers are touching. We're going to spread our toes. Our heels are going to come in, our toes are going to come out. And we're just going to squat down into our yogi squat or our malasana. I will turn so you can see me. I'm just here. And we're going to come in here. I'm going to use that mudra. Normally we're in prayer. Today I'm going to go like this. Hands pointed down, using my visualization, visualizing red at the root chakra, the bottom of the spine, and just breathe here. Couple deep breaths. One more breath here. And then our hands are going to come down to the ground. We're going to push ourselves back up. Bring those toes in so we're in a forward hang. Bring it up into our halfway lift, flat back, down. Bring it all the way up. And down into that mountain pose. Feel how much stronger you are than when you first started. Feel that pull, like you're growing roots into the earth. So I'm just going to turn back again as we are going to bring it up, hands overhead, dive down into that forward fold, halfway lift, bring your hands down, and then we're going to take our right foot, So I'm going to start with my left foot. So I don't have my back to you. So I'm going to start with that right foot. I'm going to step it back. I'm going to come up into a high lunge. And again, I'm feeling that roots going down into the ground. And we're going to come into our warrior two pose. So we're just pivoting on the back leg, back foot. Our foot is parallel to the back edge of the mat. Our front hand is up and we are lunging forward. Again, I'm going to use that mudra and I'm going to point it right out in front of me. And this is a strong pose. Feel your core. Feel that stabilization you have here. Feel your fierceness. And then we're going to come around into a goddess pose. So our front foot turns so it's parallel to the back foot. And we're just in a wide, we're just wide here. I can't think of a good word. We're going to come up into our goddess pose. So we're here and we turn those toes out and our knees out. Once again, I have the mudra if you're feeling it. Feel that connection. Feel roots growing down from that root chakra into the earth. Deep breath here. Feel your strength. And when you're ready, we're going to come up and we're going to turn back to the front, back into that warrior two just for a minute. We're going to cartwheel those hands down to the ground and step it back into that downward dog. Feel it out, pedal. You've done some strong poses here, so go ahead and pedal those feet out. And this time, we're going to be stepping with our opposite foot. So we're going to step forward with our opposite foot, coming up into our high lunge here. We're in our high lunge, stretching it back, feeling that stretch in the quad, in your hip flexors. Before we pivot on that back foot, foot's parallel to the mat. And again, we're here in our warrior two with our root chakra mudra. Looking into the present, feeling into the present moment. And then we're going to go ahead, switching our feet into that wide goddess pose. And come down. Feel your strength here and breathe. You are fierce. Up, back into that warrior two, just for that transition. Hands cartwheel down to the ground. We're going to come back into that downward dog. Deep breaths here. Before we take those knees down to our mat and come back into our rock pose. And you can stay here, or you can come down into an easy pose, whichever fits you the best. And we're just going to end our practice back in meditation, back into our visualization, visualizing that red root, using our mudra, closing our eyes down. I am safe. I am rooted in the present moment. The universe will always provide. Come back to your breath. I am safe. I am rooted in the present moment. The universe will always provide. And take a couple of deep breaths. Imagining that red swirling at the base of your spine. Feel your connection with the earth and take that with you off your mat and know that you are always safe. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Namaste. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. This is the first start of our chakra journey. Our next one will be our sacral chakra. So I hope you join me for that one. And if you like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up below on your screen. It really does make a big difference. And if you'd like to see more videos, you feel free to go ahead and subscribe. Thanks, and I will see you soon. Namaste.